Clemson and South Carolina. We've got South Carolina 2.5 point home favorites, 46.5 the total. Dabo goes overboard. And Dabo Swinney down the stretch here of what's been a disappointing season has turned this into a us against the world with his team. That you guys thought we were going to roll over and die and quit, and we're showing you here down the stretch we're playing with some heart, with some character. And to his credit, they are. Give Clemson, we do have to give Clemson some credit for that. Because this season they thought they'd be in the ACC title picture, maybe in the playoff, and they didn't even get close to that this season. So, like I said, we're looking at this as a situation right now where Clemson is fighting the good fight here down the stretch of the. There he is, C-Mac back in the house. C-Mac.
I'm glad that was short. This is back because I was worried I was going to be out for 2 hours. Fucking.
There he is. He's back. All right, getting back to Clemson, South Carolina. They've obviously played with some good spirit here down the stretch. There's no question about that. They could have easily beaten Duke. Florida State, they had a good game, and obviously they beat Louisville as well. So you give Dabo, he's rallied the troops, and of course, they played Furman last week. Can't make too big of a deal of that. But the bottom line is they're playing hard. They're playing inspired. They're not rolling over this Clemson team, and that showed me a lot. And this is a rivalry game, and they've shown me good effort the last few weeks. Why wouldn't they bring good effort here? They could have rolled over weeks ago, and they haven't. And they lost a heartbreaker last year to South Carolina, 17-14 in this head-to-head matchup. Meanwhile, you've got South Carolina coming in here following, they faced a Coastal Carolina team that was down up to the backup quarterback, Tad Hudson, who isn't any good anyway. And they drilled them 51-7, and that's a pretty bad Coastal defense. But let's not forget that before that, this team had lost 5 in a row in SEC play. LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, A&M, they lost all 5. Now, obviously, tough competition, no question about that. But, other than beating Kentucky, they've got one SEC win, and that was against Kentucky. I kind of lean Clemson here, quite honestly. I think for revenge of last year, this team is playing inspired down the stretch. They're not quitting on the season. And South Carolina is a favorite. That's just not something I'm interested in. So lean Clemson here. Again, haven't bet it. Not sure I will, but at this number, it's Clemson for me. C-Mac, what do you think here? Clemson, South Carolina State, South Carolina.
I think this game's tough here. Clemson, like you talked about, playing a little bit better. They want to go bowling too. They need another win here. 5-5. And you hit it right on the head.
South Carolina can't. Like the 4 wins is the most they're going to get if they win.
Yeah.
This. Yep.
They can't. It's tough to even lay a point or two. I mean, if you really like South Carolina, just take a money line. They don't win football games. No. If you're not like, so I don't know how they do here. After how do you get? I mean, the easy win, but just the great first half, only to lose it to A&M 2 weeks ago. It's just horrible. The Alabama game too. They were winning that most of that game and gave it up. Could they play well early? It's kind of a thought for South Carolina. They just haven't been able to put four quarters together. So it's tough for me to get here too with them. This is one I think I just got to be off. Their defense needs to come to play. Their defense is big. They win this game because they're just not a team that I don't think can win a shootout, And I think Clemson probably has a better defense here overall. Maybe not by a ton, but yeah, good game. I don't really want to bet it.
Yeah, I'll make a case for Clemson. The total's tricky. I don't know. The total could go either way here.
Yeah.
This game. Remember, I thought it was going to be an over last year, and it was 17-14. It stayed way under. So, yeah, I'm not really high on the total either way in this game.